All right, if you could just tell me your name and your title here at Level Up.
Yeah, my name is Mike Wendorf. I'm the owner and operator and president of Level Up Fitness and the founder of Level Up.
Okay. What are some of your responsibilities here at Level Up?
From a day-to-day aspect, anywhere from billing, accounts payable, inventory on cleaning products, making sure things are cleaning, staffing a front desk, and then from a athletic standpoint or personal standpoint, I work with clients individually one-on-one with their goals in mind as far as like their fitness goals.
Okay, so kind of taking care of both the business and the
I tend to dabble a lot in a lot of different things. Being a young business, only going on our 5th year here, a lot of different hats, I guess.
A lot of different hats.
You know,
Yeah.
So
Yeah. What do you enjoy most about your job here?
I guess it wouldn't really be a job, more or less like just a way of life, right? Like, I love the sense of community that Level Up brings to Stone, and giving back to kids and people, something that we didn't really have growing up, which is why I founded Level Up. Giving them the knowledge and empowering them to be a little bit better, a little bit more athletic, a little bit more sure of themselves, is probably the biggest benefit of what we do.
Yeah, and I feel like Level Up opened up a lot of doors for a lot of kids here who didn't really have a place to train.
Yeah, you know, and it's and kudos to them for putting the hard work in on it, right?
Yeah.
We just give the tools. You know, it's up to them to be the ones that are determined enough,
Right.
Wanting it enough, you know, to go come here and ask for it. You know, like we don't push sales. We don't, you know, we're not out there blowing up social media and emails and stuff like that. It's, you know, we created a culture of this is what we do, and I'm glad people are wanting to be a part of it.
Right. Okay. I guess what advice would you give someone like me who was looking to open up a gym?
Yeah, so a couple things, right? Like we do a lot here. We do group classes for General Pop. We do gym access for General Pop. We do fitness coaching, which is our personal training. We have a little kids club. We have athletics, so strength and conditioning for anywhere from 5th grade athletes all the way up through like the pro level.
Wow.
I had this conversation with myself quite a bit. Would I have changed anything? Yes.
When you first started
Absolutely,
out?
yeah, when I first started out. Would I make anything better or different? I think different, not necessarily that things are bad or they're not where I want them to be. It's a lot to have a lot going on.
Yeah.
Right? Like I think if you found a niche of what you want to be really, really good at and really passionate about, I think that you would have way more success.
Okay.
Focusing on 1 or 2 things, not 10.
Okay.
It's cool to have 10 things, but I think to grow a big business, you should have a niche and you should hone in on what that niche is and become the best at what that is. Create a system that works for you, and then have that system be duplicable. So it's not just you. If it's you're doing it, and they're doing it, and he's doing it, and she's doing it, it's a system, you know, with their twists and their ties on it. And it really depends on where you want to go with your gym. You know, do you want it to be branded in one location, or do you want to have multiple locations? You know, what's the demographic you're in? What's the cost of living? You know, it's kind of a commodity to have a gym membership, or a luxury, I guess, to have a gym membership. It's not something that a lot of people have. You know, we have just over 700 members, and there's 15 to 16,000 people in Stoughton. So like the percentage of people that you're going to draw is pretty low. Who's your competition in the area? What do you have to offer that offsets you from them too?
Kind of sets you ahead of the competition. Okay. I guess what made you want to open up a gym and train athletes?
Yeah, just a need. So I remember coaching Kyle or you here in Stoughton, and you were a 2016 graduate?
17.
2017 graduate.
Yep.
So I started working with kids as early as like 2007 and 2008 in Stoughton. And there's just a huge need from what was from what was lacking at the high school.
Yeah.
Or in the youth programs or whatever it may be, right? Like I touched base a little bit on the fact like we didn't have a lot of the things, and being 36 and a 2001 graduate, we didn't have a lot of the things that the high school has now, that the community has now at kids' disposal.
Right.
So there's a need for it.
Yeah.
You know, I've always been an athlete. I've always competed in sport. I just thought there's a better way to do it, and there's a need for it, so I'm gonna create it.
Yeah.
You know,
somebody's got to do it. Yeah.
So it was, man. It was a grind. You know, it wasn't open the doors and hope somebody comes through. It was doing free workshops in schools, doing free talks in schools, getting involved with local youth programs, AU programs, just being in front of parents so they see you, talking to them. You know, hopefully you have some success, and you get one kid in, right? Yeah. And then if you do a really, really good job with that one kid, they might be kind enough to talk about you. You know, they might be great enough to talk about you. And to me, like that's your best marketing tool. That's your best form of expansion. You know, like do a really, really good job with everybody that comes through your doors. Be personable. You know, be liked, and then make people work hard. You know, and the old saying, "You don't know, you don't know." People are coming here because you do know. Right. You know, it's your job to transfer what you know so they can understand it.
Right. Transfer the knowledge to them. Yeah.
Yep.
So would you say that one of your main focuses is like the openness, you know, in here in a gym in a small town, you know, what was I trying to say? Like kind of more of a community here than a gym, you know, like people come in, they know you by your name, you know, you talk to them every day.
Yeah.
Would you say that's like the most important aspect of, I guess, keeping customers? And
yeah, I don't know if it's the most important. I think it's a very important piece. It's an important piece not just to I think our members, but to myself, right? Like I want to know who's walking through the door that's paying me for something that we're providing. Yeah. Do I know everybody by name? No. I try, you know, I really do. I really try to communicate with the 80-year-old ladies in class and clients that aren't even mine personally, just to let them know that we're here to support them on whatever their fitness athletic journey may be. You know, it's not about me, it's about them.
Yeah, and getting them better. Yeah. Okay. Did you, when you were pursuing your education, did you do any internships?
Not really. So I was an MATC guy as well. I played basketball for Scott Vesterdahl. I was going through the program there, the same one that you guys are doing, before I went on to a 4-year school. And after my couple years of playing basketball there, I was super interested into fitness and strength and conditioning, because I didn't want to go on any further and play basketball. Okay. So I have focused a lot on, you know, bodybuilding, you know, and things like that. Yeah. So I didn't really do an internship, but I got to work with Coach V and the basketball team, and can kind of work with them and volunteer my time to kind of develop myself in a progression of where I wanted to go. Yeah. You know, I've always been kind of self-driven from a standpoint of I had an idea of what I wanted to do. I just didn't know how to get there. Okay. So I reached out to people. I didn't go and study with them or learn their processes or anything like that. I read a lot of books on gyms and successful people in this industry. I have numerous amount of books here from anywhere from I think everybody that's been in the fitness industry
So kind of like
has the Bill Phillips Body for Life book.
Oh jeez,
You can borrow it if you want to.
Thank you.
You know, but you know, like I've had some really, really good mentors in my career that I still talk to probably on a weekly basis.
Okay.
From anywhere from really, really good sports medicine doctors like Dr. Dave Heitman, professional coaches and fitness and wellness coaches like Brenda Ray, who actually we used to partner together and do a lot of talks. You know, just other people in the industry. You know, I don't think you want to copy somebody.
Right.
I think you want to bring your own twist to something, but to learn from somebody and what were their successes, what were their downfalls, what were their trials and tribulations, and try to learn from them.
And
you know, but you're always gonna try. You're always gonna have your own.
Yeah, right. You got to go through that to learn. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Let's see. So as an owner and I would say as a personal trainer, what are some like personality traits you need in this day and age?
Just be personable, man. Be yourself. Like if you have a good personality, you can relate to anybody. You know, and that's just not being a trainer. That's just not being a business owner. That's just life. Yeah. You know, like you don't want to go out in public and have like a mean mugging face on people. You know, you want to be approachable,
friendly.
You know, approachable, super important. Knowledgeable, knowledgeable in your traits, knowledgeable in as a trainer in anatomy, knowledgeable in being able to answer the why, which is not always easy. You know, but why am I doing this? Why is this your philosophy? You know, like if you can back that with confidence, you know, being a confident person is super important. Being available, you know, in this industry, especially on the training aspect, you're at your client's availability. You know, the majority of the people that you will work with are before work or after their work schedule. Very far and few in between. If you're working with athletes, again, you're working with them before class and then after class. So it can change a little bit seasonally, you know, at the ebb and flows of like high school or youth athletics. You know, they're in school from September to June, and then they're out of school for like 10 to 12 weeks. So your schedule might change a little bit there. So yeah,
just being available,
personable, knowledgeable, friendly. You know, you're not always gonna have your best days. Right. You know, but if you really enjoy what you're gonna do, you know, make it about teaching them. You know, if you can make it about teaching them and having them gain one thing new each session or each time you talk to them, I think they'll become really, your clients will become really appreciative of who you are as a person too.
And I think that goes back to you saying, you being like all in, you know, even, you know, you leave your bad days at the door, you come in here, you know, you're ready to work. And
absolutely.
You know,
Yeah. Not everybody's like I don't think anybody has like the greatest days ever, always, you know. If you have, say you have 8 hours of work, you know, I think it was Stanford, I read a study somewhere, and you can probably look it up, but you guys can correct me if I'm wrong too. The average person works 26 minutes out of every 60 minutes in a workday. So if you work an 8-hour workday, you know, you're probably really only working like 3.5, 4 hours. You know, actual physical work. You know, if you're engaged with somebody for an hour, that's a lot of time, effort, and energy to spend on everything that you're trying to accomplish with them.
You got your entire attention focused on
you know, and think if you have an 8-hour training day. You know, how does it split up? You know, and I don't want to like say anything negative from anybody that's going into this program or you going into this program or wanting to be a trainer or anything like that, but like, you know, it's not a 9 to 5. You know, it is I'm here, I'm 36 years old, started training people when I was 19. I don't think I've had a 9-to-5 day in my last, I don't know, 17 years of my life. It's 5 in the morning, 5:30 in the morning, 6 in the morning. It's Saturdays, it's Sundays, it's 7 o'clock at night. Yeah, you know, and like I'm the type of person that's never gonna say no, because I think there's always somebody that you can reach or help or whatever.
Right, it's an opportunity.
So it's an opportunity to help them and to share what you know. You know.
Yeah. Let's see. What is like the most occurring age group you serve here at Level Up?
It's weird. Our demographic, and I've been in the fitness industry since I was 19 years old. It's like 17 years. I've worked at a couple different gyms, a couple franchise gyms, a couple smaller gyms. I don't want to say that our target market isn't one over the other. I think we have a wide array of membership base. You know, we do a lot of summer programs and youth programs, and we started kids working with them in like 5th grade, 5th, 6th grade. I just had 2 guys come back last summer that played professional basketball overseas. From like an athletic standpoint, from just a general fitness standpoint, like taking group classes. One of my most attended class participants is a lady who's in her 80s. You know, she takes a class every day.
Yeah.
You know, but you know, like we have stay-at-home moms, we have working professionals. Like it is kind of unique in the way that like we have that wide range of demographic of people that come here.
Yeah, and then you have to be available to all of them. You know, at the same time.
Absolutely.
Whenever they need to.
You know.
I guess what intrigued you about specifically opening up a gym? You know, were you thinking about being a personal trainer and then you opened up a gym, or is it you always wanted to have your own gym?
Yeah, so kind of along the lines of like talking to you a little bit before this interview started, like, you know, I was just like a lot of kids, man, like you grew up and you're playing sports your whole life. You've been doing sports since you're in 4th grade. You've had structure to your life. You had structure from September to the end of August, you know, and then you graduate.
Yeah.
And then it's like, where'd that structure go? What am I going to do with my time?
Right.
So I turned to weights. You know, even in 01, like we had a weight room at our high school, but nobody used it. It wasn't mandatory to get in there. We didn't have lifts before practice. We didn't have summer programs developed. We had like all this is like coming to fruition in like 2008, 2010, somewhere around there.
Kind of do it on your own.
Yeah. So like I was one kid that would I spent early mornings in the weight room because it was open. Before football season started my senior year, before football season started my junior year, I lifted with one other guy. You know,
Jeez.
And it wasn't, you know, it wasn't packed, it wasn't structured. I had no idea what I was doing. It was barely supervised.
Yeah, it's just more of a passion at that point.
Yeah, it's more like, hey, I feel as if, you know, like everybody got like the Flex magazine, right, with Ronnie Coleman on it. You're like, how can I be like that? Now, does that really transfer to sports? Not so much, but like, you know, like that's just the, you know, like the visual aspect of it.
It gets your mindset kind of set on what you want to look like.
Yeah. And then, you know, it kind of transpires, you know, like I didn't go back and play college basketball until I was 21 and 22, so I had 2 years of college under my belt where I just worked out a lot. And then I wanted to, I had an opportunity to go back and play for Coach Vesterell. So I played 2 years there, and then it was that whole, now what do I do?
Right.
You know? So I was always into fitness. I always wanted to work with people. I always wanted to, you know, build relationships with people and see if I can help them. Because I was kind of like on the forefront of, you know, getting kids involved with the weight room, getting my friends involved with the weight room. And then I started getting a lot of questions asked, like, oh, what are you doing? You look great. Or, you know, like just, you know, like, how are you, like, do you eat a lot of protein? Like just weird random questions from people that you grew up with or you haven't seen in a while. They see you're changing your body. So it was just really, really interesting to me. And I'm like, you know what? I think I'm going to change my focus and go into personal training.
Kind of helping other people shape their bodies with the way they want to.
Yep, absolutely. So I like it. It didn't just one day go like, oh, I'm gonna own a gym. It was like a process, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Worked out of a corporate gym as a trainer, and then started my own studio as a trainer, and then grew it into a full fitness facility now, where we do have training or personal coaching. So.
Okay. All right. Well, I think that's all I got for you.
Awesome.
All right. Thank you, Mike.
Absolutely.
I appreciate your time.